Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy. Uh, this is the thing that we need to figure out. What is the word? Like the phrase I feel like has become Happy Mother's Day. Merry Christmas, Happy Mother's Day, and it is a Happy Mother's Day for a lot of people, and I love that there is Happy Mother's Day. But I feel like what else what can you say to announce its day without putting an adjective on it like that? I've been thinking about that because I'm not the only one of jumped into this really fast. But I'm not the only one of my friends. Obviously, there's a lot of people out there who don't have a mom anymore or never did or whatever, have a strange relationship. So I feel like there's got to be a word that acknowledges the day and still doesn't put an adjective on it, which is very assuming. So maybe you guys can help me come up with whatever that is. Um, yeah, today is Mother's Day. Maybe that's what it is. Today's Mother's Day. It's just kind of like an announcement. And if you are um, lucky enough, fortunate enough to have a mom that that you love, that you're close to, that is on this planet, then happy Mother's Day to you guys. Or if you're lucky enough to be a mom and have a relationship with your kids, and happy Mother's Day to you, and or grandma, any of those. Just happy Mother's Day. And if you're not, then this one's also for you because I was thinking about not streaming today. Uh, I just don't like to really set many plans for the days like these because I just don't know how I'm going to be feeling that day. But then I was like, I told you guys yesterday, this is what I want to do today, and I want to be here for you guys, and I love that you're here for me, and so yeah, it's just a strange series of emotions. And some Mother's Days I don't feel any kind of way. And some Mother's Days I feel devastated. And some Mother's Days I feel happy. To this year so far, it's 1 p.m. Pacific time. I've been working today. But I won't lie to you guys, I felt a little manic. I don't know what a better word for that is, but like I woke up and I was laughing. And then I started crying, and then I felt so happy, and then I was like, "Oh, man," and then I started judging how I feel, which is silly, but I was thinking about it when it hit midnight last night, and for me, I couldn't believe I was counting, and this is my ninth Mother's Day without my mom here, and so in August, it will be 10 years without her, and that just seemed fucking crazy to me, and then I thought about it and was like, you know what's crazy too is that at some point in my life, I'm going to hit the mark where I've been on the planet longer without her than I was on the planet with her. When I'm 40, that will be the case. And that's just like, I can't imagine having lived the majority of my life without her. That's fucking crazy to me. So definitely that kept me up last night. And I wasn't even really feeling like sad about it necessarily, just as a fact. I was like, wow, that's so weird. And then I think to myself, it doesn't feel like it's been 9 Mother's Days without her. It feels so much closer to that. But then also I think about the last time she was on this planet and where I was in my life, and I feel a million miles from that point in my life. I was in college and just like a different person. I was a brunette. She didn't know me as blonde. Um, so and the people I know in my life, like one of my best friends on the planet, you guys know her, my fellow world girl, Steph Sabra. She came and left me flowers, and she also I made it the thumbnail, but I want to show you guys. She printed this picture of me and my mom, which is one of my favorite pictures of us. Because well, I'll talk about that in a second. And she wrote me a card. It was so sweet, but it's so crazy. My mom never met her, and will never meet her, and that's anybody that I date, the person I marry, and it's just such a wild phenomenon. in general just gets you really thinking. But this picture also got me thinking, because I was looking at it and I was like, you know what's so wild about this is that I'm sure this was taken on a disposable camera. We had a lot of those, you'd get the disposable camera, you'd get like 24 pictures on it or something, then you go get it developed at CVS or Walgreens or whatever. And well, you get one pick. And we posed, and this was the one pick because you're not going to waste multiple pictures for the same exact thing. And so my eyes are closed, as you guys can see, but we're both smiling so genuinely. And it's not about, obviously I'm a kid, so it wouldn't be, but it's not about like looking good, or it's about genuinely capturing a moment and having one shot to get it, for better or worse. And so my eyes are closed because I'm smiling so hard that my eyes are closed. And I think that that's so cool and something I miss about photos today. I looked at my phone. I have over 30,000 photos on my phone. And I'm sure that, I don't know, 10,000 of them are like the exact same picture. Me trying to take a selfie, or with my girlfriends thinking I look too fat or whatever. But it's not about that. And it didn't used to be about that. And so I thought that was really, I don't know. And I just love this picture. I'm going to put it on my fridge. I put it on my fridge before, but I took it off to show you guys. Or maybe I'll frame it, but it's one of my favorite pictures. Also, my mom used to change her hair like nonstop. She was a redhead and she was blonde. She was naturally brunette. She went curly, went straight, long, short, to here, to the floor. Like, she always was messing with her hair. And this is just like I don't know, just a moment in time. I wonder if you guys can relate to that at all. I also, later on in the stream, I have a letter that my mom wrote me that I wanted to share with you guys, just because I feel close to you guys and feel like I can and trust you with it. And I know I thought it was kind of, I read it every year on Mother's Day, and I was like, this year on Mother's Day, I think I'll just read it on the stream. So hopefully that's enjoyable. But I want to talk to you guys and see how you're doing today and check in. And thank you, Larry, for always pimping out the stream. He says, hit that like button. Yes, he is. Hit that like button. Also, my dear friend is in here. I see Cameron Rice, you guys know, director of The World Girls, but also awesome host and person. He says, yeah, it comes in waves for years and years. Cam is in a similar but different situation to me. But yeah, and by the way, when I'm talking about Mother's Day for you guys, it's a Father's Day as well. Not today, but I know that it's the same set of emotions or similar situation for a lot of people on Father's Day. And like, it really, it's interesting how I feel on Father's Day now, because my father is alive and well. But I feel like I need to celebrate him more so. Like, I hate being so far on that day, but I don't feel like I took those days as seriously when I was younger, before I lost my mom. So yeah, it's just I keep saying it's interesting. It's interesting. Let's see what you guys are saying in here. Let's jump in with Jason. He said, I lost my mom 13 years ago, and I think about her every day. I'm sending you big love today, Roxy. I wonder if for you it feels like 13 years. It's such a weird gauge of time, because you think of where you were in your life, but then you think, I feel like I remember you. I remember touching you or hearing you. Although they do say the voice is the first thing you forget, which is really upsetting. King Sport Cal says, my mom changed up her hair all the time. At one point, her hair was dark purple. So cool. Purple rocks. My mom used to dye our hair too. She made me like a skunk once, but I loved it. And I went to school in 6th grade with dyed hair because she was like a total rock star chick. Cam says, yesterday was the 25th anniversary of my dad passing. And similarly, sometimes you're like, oh, I'm good. And then sometimes not so much. Cam, wow, 25 years. I mean, what does it feel like for you? Does it feel like five years? Does it feel like a lifetime. It's so crazy. Yeah, I don't know. And it comes in waves. It definitely comes in waves. And also for anybody here who does have both of their parents, um, I am so for wishing you guys a happy Mother's Day and like honor that and be good to the people that you can be good to. It doesn't mean that if you have a living parent who you are estranged with that you need to, you know, forgive and forget everything. But if you can show love and appreciation and admiration for the person that brought you into this world or acted as a mother figure to you, then you should do it all the time. But today is especially the day. Uh, Call. I know we're in quarantine, right? Do whatever you got to do. I'm going to go over to Grammy's. Um, I know I can't be with her because I've been trying to distance still, but I'm going to go there and just check on her. I know that Grammy has a really hard time today because my mom was obviously her daughter, but her baby, the youngest. And I think that, and they were so close. I can't imagine what it's like losing a kid, but I think that, yeah, not that it's a comparison, but probably the only thing harder than not having your mom on Mother's Day is when you are a mom, not having your kid on Mother's Day. I can't even fucking imagine that. So definitely gonna go check on her. I was gonna surprise her, but I know she likes to do her makeup when she has visitors. She's so vain. So uh, I say that right to her face, guys. I'm not talking shit, I swear. Glenn says, "Love you, Roxy. I can see where you got your amazing smile. The Rockstars band is with you. Much love to anyone else who's having a tough day too." Thanks. I really appreciate that. Cam in here says, it can both feel like a lifetime, but also I still remember his laugh. I know that's the weirdest thing. Also, family tells me we both make the same I'm irritated face. So that's in the mirror often. Yeah, that's funny. I definitely have similar facial expressions to her sometimes too, or mannerisms, just like different shit that we do. And I've been thinking about her a lot in quarantine. I think that for anybody who's ever lost anybody or experienced trauma of any kind, we've talked about this before on the show, but quarantine has been strange because a lot of emotions are coming up. People are having a lot of very vivid dreams and um, grieving and going through process that they possibly never went through or did go through, but they're coming back up. And it's been strange thinking about like what she would be like during this time because I this morning I was talking to Ben Bateman. I said to him, "How weird is it that my mom doesn't know that we're in a global pandemic?" I know that sounds so strange, but like I just think it's crazy that this is like a huge moment in history and she doesn't know that we're in a global pandemic. Uh but yeah, she was all about cooking and arts and crafts and like she always used to say the only bored people are boring people. So she would have been just like the life of the Zoom parties right now and always keeping busy. I mean, she could literally make staring at a brick wall fun. She was just the person for that. And there would be nobody better on the planet to quarantine than her. She could watch TV and movies for hours, talk about them, get high. Uh, yeah, she was just like such a good time and never bored. Uh, yeah. So she would have been amazing to quarantine with. A lot of people speaking up in here. And I want to get to you guys. Matt says, "It's been 7 years since my mom passed. Certainly days are really tough. My wedding day, birth of my child, and soon the birth of my second child. Congratulations." Man, I'm already getting emotional during this. Yeah. That's what I think is the hardest part, the milestones for sure. They're really fucking challenging. I haven't done any of those things yet. I haven't had a wedding day or a child be born and not two children, but anytime I like book something or anything, she was so obsessed with Hollywood too. She just like loved the stars. And anytime I interview somebody, I just think like, God, I wish I could fucking call her. Um, Ben Levine says that it's only been a year since my mom passed. Ben, is this your first Mother's Day without her? Really fucking hard. Uh, I wanna say people ask me all the time, like, "Does it get easier?" And I say, "I don't think it gets easier, it gets different, and you get better at dealing with it." At least that's how it's been for me, but I know that everybody has had a different road. Nicholas says, "Losing my dad at 14 and now being 20 in college is crazy to me." Yeah, it's fucking crazy, crazy. I'm so sorry it's so young, so young. I bet that he'd be really happy. I don't know him, but happy that you're in school. I mean, most parents are really proud of that. Um, Thanks for sharing with us, Nicholas. How so many of us in here. So wild. Uh, Ace Club says, host mom 10 years ago, miss her daily, maybe lost. Dad gone 13. Wow, 10 and 13 years. I wonder if they were together. Often parents go close to each other in years like that. Uh, yeah, fucking brutal. Let's see. Cam says also little things. My dad loved action films, so silly shit like wonder if he'd like the Marvel movies. Extract would have been his shit. Yeah. Um, I think about that stuff too, like even not just movies, but bands too. I remember that what was that fucking song that was like, I think her name was Anna Nalick. 3 a.m. and she calls me because I'm still awake. I think about like she like loved that song all of a sudden. Or like Fleetwood she loved, and I went to a Fleetwood concert. Like, how would she feel there? Anytime Madonna does anything, like just how would she like new albums? And yeah, TV shows. I mean, she was so obsessed with TV. Like watch more television than I do. Anytime there's a new show, I'm like, I can't believe that she didn't get to see this. Like, oh my God, Leftovers. She would have loved. So it's not easy. It's like a scar on your body. It's part of you. Does the scar still hurt? No, but it's there forever. I think that's an interesting way of looking at it. Interesting way. Andrew says you just get used to it when it comes to loss. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Anna now, like 3 a.m. Breathe. My sister's FaceTiming me. I'll FaceTime her back later. I want to check in on some of these comments here in the Streamlabs so I can make sure that I get to you guys. I'm going to try to talk to everybody today who has anything they want to say or share. Glenn Caesar. Oh my God, so sweet, Glenn. He says, hello, Roxy. First of all, much love, hugs, and positive vibes to you and your family. Thanks for doing this show and spending time with all of us today on this weird day for you. Great pic of you and your mom. I'll raise a glass and say cheers to her today for sure. I appreciate that, Glenn. You're incredible, and thank you for your support. Wow, she would have been in this stream every single day. She was like obsessed with everything, streaming and she would, oh my God, YouTube wasn't even the way that it was now. I mean, she couldn't believe she could see me every day. That would like blow her mind. She would have loved you guys and just been talking to you guys nonstop. Kind of like Koi's mom. Weston says, Happy Mother's Day, River Roxy. Oh, why River Roxy? Am I like River Phoenix? What do you think about Fauci going on a modified quarantine now? Also crazy to think that Roy of Siegfried and Roy passed away from this plague. Yeah, from corona complications. Still at work with some annoying dizziness and nausea, likely food related. Sorry to hear that. That's tough. What do I think about the modified quarantine? I don't know. I'm not a scientist and I'm not a doctor, so I just don't know. I don't know. They say that it's going to be unavoidable to have a second wave of this, really. So I'm just try to be as cautious as you can. Today is the day that things start opening up in California, or yesterday. I don't even know. It's like a slow rollout. This modified quarantine. I know that I'm going to try to still be as safe as possible because as long as I'm bringing my grandparents stuff and trying to help them, I've got to be. We all have to be for people. But interesting question. And I can't believe that about him either. I can't believe it. That seems to be my catchphrase of the day. I can't believe it. Ace Club says dad cancer, mom unexpected issue, died 26 hours later. Talk about this with my friend. So My sister and I have called we call it the DPC. It stands for the Dead Parent Club. You have to develop some kind of sick form of humor if you're going to survive. So we talk about it like in the DPC, who has it worse? Is it people who know that their parent's going to die or people who don't? Definitely, I was going to say pros and cons to both, but there's no pro to either, really. So here's how we break it down. If you know your parent or somebody's going to die, you don't risk as much having like a really bad last conversation. You can let them know how you feel. You can try to be the best version of you and really help and make their time on earth easier. But it's excruciating to watch, and it's all consuming and time consuming. And yeah, it takes over your whole life, and people struggle and suffer. But if you don't know, then you didn't get to say the things you wanted to say. So, I don't know. It seems like you've had both. Again, not that it's a comparison, but like, I wonder which one. I wonder what people would rather. Jennifer says, my dad's been gone for 3 years. I remember the 3-year mark. Strange because it still felt so soon after. Oh, DPC have the darkest humor, like pitch black dark. I know. Totally. Morse code Z says, closest for me is losing my grandparents over the years. Knew all 4 and 2 greats. Wow. I grew up playing golf and eating burnt lima beans with one set and visiting Brooklyn summers with the other. Burnt lima beans, were they burnt on purpose? I love hearing about people's memories with their grandparents because you guys know Grammy and Papa are like my closest people in life. I got to call my other grandma today. We made a whole video montage for her. One of my cousins did. Wow. Great memories. I love hearing about that. Ben says my mother's the one who got me into Game of Thrones. I can't help but wonder how she would have reacted last season. What do you think? I feel like we know our parents well enough to know sometimes what we think they would have felt. And I think about that all the time. Like, I think to myself, okay, so this happened the other day. One of my friends has a very, very sick father who probably has a couple of months left. And he was calling me and similar some a different type of brain cancer, but brain cancer, which is what my mom passed from. So that has a whole different set of issues because your mind. But anyway, he was asking me about like the end and what I talked about. And I said, I really wish I had spent less. You can't wish things, but I wish I had spent less time asking how she would feel or what she wanted of my life and more time asking her about her. Because, I talked a lot about, do you think I'll have kids? Do you think I'll get married? What do you think that will look like? Do you think it's okay for me to be an actress? Like things about me. And I wanted her opinion on things. But what I wish that I knew more about was her, things that I couldn't guess. So I wish I knew more about her childhood or her life, some of her favorites. Spent so much time asking about me that I forgot to ask some of the things about her that I really wish I knew. And you can't guess those. So I do find that often when I think, would my mom be proud of me right now or happy with what I'm doing? I can often guess. Would she want this? Would she like this guy that I'm seeing? Would she like this decoration I put in my house? You know your parents well enough to at least be able to have a guess. But for anybody who has somebody sick out there, my advice would be to ask those questions still, but also to ask about them. It's really story time. Not that anybody asked for my advice, but that's why I love hearing about the lima beans and memories and creating memories and stories. Ace Club says sudden is worse. Couldn't say what I wanted with mom. It sounds fucking brutal. Ugh. Still don't know. I think both are shitty. Matthew Gold said, seeing Maria's mom's struggles has been inspiring too. Yeah, pretty incredible. Litsa, who also has brain cancer, and she has a glio, which is the same tumor my mom had. Um, you know, they said that she's just doing so well, and I'm so impressed, and I'm so happy for them that they get this time together still. And yeah, it's been unbelievable. Spencer said, lost my sister 2 weeks before her twin boy's first birthday. Always hard to know that they won't have the type of love only a mother can give in their life. It's fucking awful. I'm so sorry. You know, they won't have that, but hopefully they'll have something different and not better, but different. And they'll have the love of an uncle who is trying to overcompensate for that and I don't know, spoils them or whatever. Like they will have love and it will be different, but you'll do the best you can to give them hopefully the best life that they can have. Oh yeah, sorry, Matthew. I read that one already. What did she think of Friends? You know, she loved Friends like I loved Friends, but I think I wish that I could like recall more about that. What was her favorite episodes? I know that we always laughed the hardest at Phoebe. That was always. Uh but we loved her sense of humor and she was so funny. But yeah, my mom loved Friends. She loved soap operas. We watched All My Children, General Hospital, One Life to Live in Port Charles every day. She loved Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place. Uh, she loved what's it called? That's Life. Is that the name of the show? That's Life. I think that's what it was called. Uh, no, that wasn't the one. It was called something Life. I'll have to think of it. But she watched everything. She loved Survivor. She used to wear the Survivor buffs. She bought them and would wear them on her head when we would watch an Amazing Race. Oh my god, she fucking loved Amazing Race uh so much. She loved TV. I was completely obsessed. No, it was a show about a girl. I feel like she was from Jersey. It was only a few seasons called Something Life. My So-Called Life. Was that it? I think that might have been it. Does anybody remember that? My So-Called Life. That might have been it. I don't remember. I'll have to think. I'll really have to think. Yeah, Survivor is awesome. That's why I watched so many seasons for so long. Uh, yeah, that was Claire Danes. I don't know if that was it though. I'll have to think about it. I haven't thought for a while about what that one was that she liked, but that might have been it. Anyway, so I'm gonna read this card to you guys because I think it's so beautiful and I like to celebrate my mom today because okay, so here's how I break down the days. There's the 3 days that are like the biggest fuck you days of the year. It's Mother's Day, it's her birthday, and it's the anniversary of her passing. So by far and away the hardest one for me is the anniversary of her passing because it's the anniversary of the worst day of my life. Her birthday, I try to celebrate her life because it's the day she was born, but still hard. And Mother's Day is challenging for different reasons because you have a mom, but you don't have that mom here. Whatever. So anyway, I don't even know why I just went into that. But anyway, this is a card that she wrote me that I think really that's why, because I think this really showcases who she was. And so I like to celebrate her today and hopefully share her a little bit with you guys. So on the actual card, the card on the outside says, just before you go to bed tonight, look out your window, see that one little star shining down just for you. Every time it twinkles, it's me saying I love you and I miss you and I can't wait until you're here with me again. And then she writes, I love you, baby. XOXO. Ciao for now. My mom used to sign everything and say ciao for now at the end of everything. Just she would go like this, ciao for now. I don't know. It's just her thing. Ciao for now. End of everything. So, okay, then she wrote on paper. So this is when I was going away to college. So I was 18 and she was already, she was sick at this point, and I was going away to college at USC. So she was in Boston, which is where my family is from, and I was, in LA, and she came out to LA to move me into college and take me to, like, Bed Bath& and Beyond and set up my dorm room and all that shit for, uh which she wasn't able to do for orientation, but so she came out as we were starting because she took chemo on and off, and this was like an off week. So, okay. She said, Roxy, when I dropped Jed off in Oregon, Jed's my brother, I left him a letter. I'm sure you can imagine it was a pep talk letter, and he kept it and has told me that sometimes he takes it out for encouragement. This is a different type of letter. You don't need a pep talk. You have more drive, grit, and determination than anyone I know. You are the rock of our family and definitely a rock star. You know what it feels like to be kicked in the gut and to come back stronger than before. I'm dazzled by you and what you have accomplished daily. Just a few mommy thoughts. Okay. Number 1, eat and get proper sleep. You need it, and it will help you keep up with both your work and your partying. Number 2, be safe, aware of your surroundings, who you're with, and where you're going. Number 3, keep an open mind towards new people and experiences. No, that doesn't mean drugs. She knew me too well. 4, work hard and have fun. College is the greatest and you deserve the best. Don't forget to use condoms. LOL. 5, home is just a plane flight away. Call anytime. We love you and will miss you each and every day. I guess that's it for now, except Roxy, you really make me feel like bursting with pride and love. You are a superstar, Mommy. Just think it's a simple but super demonstrative of who she was in our relationship. She always really treated me like an adult, and I know I was at that point because I was 18, but she talked to me like a real person and just kind of like just saw me and was very non-judgmental. And yeah, I love that letter. It always makes me smile. Sometimes it makes me tear up, but kind of funny that she said the thing about rock stars, right? But she spelled it ROCK. Yeah, so thanks for listening to that. Again, just wanted to share it with you guys on this strange ass fucking day. I also got a lot of text messages from friends today, and I love that. And I want to encourage you guys, if you know somebody who you think is struggling today, either their mom has passed away, or their mom and their kid has passed away, or they have a really rough relationship with their parent, or any of those things, I encourage you to reach out, because I know sometimes you don't know the right thing to say, but it's always nice to say that you're there for somebody. And, you don't have to say Happy Mother's Day, but you can definitely just say, I don't know if today is tough for you. Or I bet today is tough for you, and I'm here if you need anything, just sending love your way. That always really helps me. And yeah, I want to shout out some of the people who have in my life, not by name, just one of my friend, this person I'll name by name, one of my friends who's been my friend, one of my best friends since I was a little kid. She was my first best friend that like stuck. So her name's Anya, and we went to elementary school together and middle school and high school, and she was in every play with me, and we were in this troupe called the Freelance Players, and she comes out to LA like every other year and visits. And when I'm in New York, I visit her, and she went to Juilliard. She's a fucking stud. But anyway, we got into a little bit of a spat a couple years back. And we were talking about the ways that we could improve our friendship. And I had let her know, that she hadn't reached out to me on some of these monumental events, like the days that are really challenging. And she was very close with my mom. So she knew her well, and very well, since we were little kids. And so I said, I would really appreciate if you reached out to me, if you remember, only if you remember, but like if you're thinking about it, just I love to get love on these days and it really helps me get through the days. Because sometimes it's important to talk to your friends about how to best support you and ask them how you can best support them. So anyway, today she texted me and she said, I picked some flowers for your mom today. Like she sent me a picture of the flowers that she picked and said, and then I visited her grave and sat for a while and played some Fleetwood Mac. And then she sent me this picture and it's of The Chain, which is my mom is as obsessed with Fleetwood Mac as I am. But The Chain was her favorite song. And then she said, I love you. And I just thought that was so sweet. Um, and, I've had a lot of text messages and calls and, you know, uh, Cameron Rice, who's in here now, reached out to me. Steph Sabra, Christian Harloff, Mark Ellis, obviously Kevin Undergaro, Maria Menounos, Ashley Daniels, Ben, my friends from home, just so many. Takira, if you're a Tomorrow Show person, Emma Fife, friend from my acting class, Kenny, Lauren LaGrasso, just so many people. And actually both of my pregnant friends, both of my closest friends that are pregnant reached out and I was talking to them about, is this their first Mother's Day because they're pregnant right now, or is it their last Mother's Day without being moms? Just a lot of love coming in and I'm really grateful for that. So if you think of it right now and you're like, it feels a little awkward, I don't think it is. Just send that text message or email or call to somebody you think might be struggling today. And same thing on Father's Day and same thing on any of the days where it might be a little extra hard for somebody. Show that love and support and you can really help somebody get through the time. I want to get into a few more of these in here. Anthony Perez says, hey, Roxy, I also lost my mom a while back in 2013. She was sick for a long time, but I never actually thought she would pass. Perhaps I was in denial. I don't know. I hope you have a good day today, as I am trying to do. Much love to you, Rox. Anthony Perez, thank you for that. I appreciate it. And I'm sorry about your mom passing away. The thing about you never thought she would actually pass, there's something about that. Like our brains don't let us go there sometimes. Because I remember that too. I'm very smart. And honestly, brain cancer is, as of this point, not beatable. A stage 4 glio is not beatable. So I don't know why it was to me such a shock too when it happened. But yeah, maybe denial, maybe it's our body's ways of protecting us. I don't know. Anthony Crotty says, my father passed Christmas 16 years ago. My mother passed suddenly on the 8th of March. Have not processed it yet. The funeral was over. Then where I worked closed for the funeral was over. Then where I work closed for COVID. I work from home now, but I'm locked down alone with my family a long way away. Oh, that sucks. And like anybody who's passing away during this time, during COVID, I mean, just because the protocol is so different, it's just an added layer of stress that nobody needs. I'm sorry that where you work closed. The one thing about losing somebody though, it makes you realize like what does matter, and jobs, they're hard to find, but they are findable. You can't bring somebody back. So it does add perspective, I'm sure, for you too. I'm sorry your family's so far away. Thank goodness for technology and that hopefully you are Zooming with them, talking to them on the phone. I can't even imagine what this would be like prior to internet, where you can't connect to people. So Anthony, I'm thinking about you and I'm so sorry to hear that. Christmas time must be tough for you. And wow, yeah, I'm really sorry. Misfits Toys says, my mom passed away 27 years ago. 27 years. I know life more without her than with her, but I cherish those memories. I just lost my dad this past month and it's tearing me apart. It's never easy because they touch your life in so many ways. You are loved, Roxy. Thank you. You are too, Misfits Toys. Wow. 27 years ago is a long time. And then this month, and I'm sure it brings up a whole new set of emotions Um, th that's very hard, and again, this month when we're all in lockdown, everybody's got so much going on, I'm so sorry. Sometimes the only thing to say out loud is, "This fucking sucks. This fucking sucks." And to do what you have to do to get through this time, to try to be healthy, but do whatever it takes to get through. That's what I tell myself on the hard days and the hard time. That's what I do. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Um, this may be the best part of my day so far. Hate quasiness. What's quasiness mean? I've heard people say it before. Let's see. Quasiness? Quasiness. Maybe quarantine? It doesn't pop up. Tell me, Weston. Did your dad remarry? Stephen, no, he didn't. He has a girlfriend. They live together and they're in love. She's very different than my mom. I think that's intentional, and I'm happy that he found somebody that he wants to spend time with. It's got to be really, really tough for him. He sent me and my siblings a text this morning that was really sweet about it, and a picture of my mom from one of their last trips together to Florida. They used to go a lot. Andrew says she would have liked Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 because they played the chain in the film. I know, don't you think? I was like, oh my God. She would have loved it. And the humor too. She would have just loved it. All right. Ace Club says, thanks for the stream. Love you, Roxy. Positivity to you. Back to you as well. What's your favorite dish that your mom used to make? Yeah, so I love a lot of the food she used to make. But today, I think I'm going to try to do something. It might take several hours. You're supposed to let it sit for like 6 to 8 hours. But whatever. I'm going to fucking give it a shot. It's this Italian. So we grew up, I'm a Jew, but everybody who married into our family was very Italian. And also my mom's best friend, who I call my Aunt Claire, she was Italian. She is Italian. She's like my second mom. I love her so much. She's the one who had the son who had the wedding that I couldn't go to in New Jersey because of COVID. But anyway, because her best friend was Italian and they were best friends since they were 6, and everybody who married into my family, my Aunt Kathy, who's like also my person, is Italian. We have a lot of Italians in the family. So we cook very Italian. We have my mom cooked very Italian. So it's this Italian sausage pasta sauce that she makes. I think she used to call it shui shui, but she made that up, whatever like term that kids liked. And it's this spicy turkey sausage and then sweet turkey sausage, but you could do it with pork too. And then it slow cooks. It's a whole thing. I think I'm going to try to make it though. I haven't made it. My brother has, so he sent me the recipe. I think I might do that today after, but it might get too late. We'll see. And then other things. She used to make amazing bruschetta, a lot of pasta sauces, chicken dishes. Yeah, she had a lot of stuff she would do. She was a pretty good cook. Pretty good. Cam says, looks like someone's having dinner at 10 p.m. then. I think if that, Cam, like this might be a 1 a.m. eating, but worth it because I'm going to fucking do what I want to do today situation. I might have to cook it and then put it to slow cook, then cook something else to eat, and then eat this later. We'll see though. My brother just said the longer it cooks, the better it is, but it doesn't need to cook for 8 hours. But it's nice if it does. So I don't know. I'll try it. Give it a shot. Although I'm annoyed because I'm not annoyed. I love him, but I asked my brother recipe and he sent it to me. And then I was like, okay. So I went, Ben actually went to get me all the stuff, which is so sweet. And then I texted my brother and I was like, wait, can you send me the actual instructions though? Because he sent me just ingredients, not the recipe. And then he sent it to me. I go, says 2 cans of whole peeled tomatoes. You said 1. And he goes, oh shit, I meant 2. And we'd already gone to the store. So now Ben had already gone. Now I have to fucking figure out what the hell I'm going to do. Cam says if you're going to do it right. I know. I'm going to try. Glenn Caesar says, this was a super chat. Oh yeah, I saw that shit. I see it here. Well, he says it in here, but I get to all of them, but I thank you for saying that so that I didn't miss it. My mom passed away a year and a half ago. Is it normal to feel a little annoyed on Mother's Day by all the mom pics people post on social media? Such a fair question, Mad Real Cinema. Listen, I am at a point, and this is not me on a fucking high horse. You do you today. But I am at a point now where I'm at the 9th Mother's Day without my mom. So I feel like it's the cycles of grief, right? I don't have anger anymore. And you didn't say anger, you said annoyed, but I don't have anger anymore towards anybody posting positivity. What I get angry about is people dicking on their moms on Mother's Day who still have moms on this planet. And I know that there's some really shitty ass moms out there. And so people have bad relationships and it's their prerogative to have that. But I just feel like Mother's Day is just not the day to put a negative post or whatever. I have a person who was an old friend of mine who just was always kind of mean to his mom, and it bothered me. And so he texted me today, not happy Mother's Day, but I'm sorry that today's tough for you. And I wrote back something like, try and send your mom something nice today, man. I know that you struggle. Like, he just like struggles being nicer, but she deserves it. So that kind of shit annoys me. It does not bother me when people post pics about their mom anymore that are positive, because I want anybody who has a mom here to love them and cherish them and compliment them and realize how fucking lucky they are and how devastated they'll be when they're gone. So I think that anybody who feels grateful for their mom, I'm proud. I'm not proud. I'm excited about today. I think it's completely normal, though, to feel a little annoyed, because for several years after my mom passed, I mean, several, I would see pictures and be like, rub it in my face. Why don't you? I'm like, it's obviously not what they're doing, but I completely feel you. I would get like really ticked off, just be like, it's so insensitive. So I think it just depends on how you feel, where you're at. Just take it one Mother's Day at a time. If you're annoyed right now, is it normal? Hell yeah, it's normal. And are you allowed to feel that way? Absolutely. Um, absolutely. So yeah. Yeah, that's how it is. Cam says, as it goes on, your dark humor takes over. In high school, people used to ask, are you upset at us for talking about Father's Day? And dark humor took over. Yes, give me your dad. That's amazing. Yes, now you owe me one parent, please. Thank you. Pay up. Delivery immediately. Bruce Crawford in here says, I'm sorry, Roxy, my mom left me when I was 3. I never knew her. See, I have friends that are like that too. And it's a completely different bag of worms. That fucking sucks and is horrible. And I'm sure that you've had to deal with like finding ways to feel worthy in life, because of course you are. But when your mom leaves, it's got to be very, very challenging for many years. And I'm sure Mother's Day is tough for you because the person that's supposed to love you unconditionally left when you were 3, and that's fucking challenging. So it's got to be a really tough day for you. And yeah, tough day for a lot of different people. That's why I don't even know. It's not just the kids who have lost moms or the moms who have lost kids. It's a weird day for a lot of people and estranged families. Zachary Gibbons says, I'm grateful that my mom is here. I would feel lost without her. I'm sure you feel lost without her, at least at times. I do. Sometimes, yeah, like I look up sometimes and I don't even believe in God or heaven or whatever, but I look up and I'm like, what the fuck what should I do? What should I do? I need you to tell me, call me, anything. And I'm glad that you're grateful, and you should be, and tell her that. Make sure she knows, because it's important. And you think you're able to tell somebody something forever until you lose them, and then you don't. You wish that you told them. Okay, Weston in here. If you were to have kids, biological or adopted, how many would you want? I think it totally depends. on the situation. It depends on how much money I have. I mean, I'm in a family of 3. I've got 2 siblings, so 3 is a great number, I think. 2 is a great number. 1 can be really tough because I want if I have kids, I would like them to have siblings. So, yeah, interesting question. Ben M says today isn't Mother's Day in the UK. If anyone needs to get away for a few hours, you can teleport, right? Wishing you the best. Isn't it weird that Mother's Day is different in different countries? Why is that? What is that about? So strange. We should have a universal Mother's Day. But yes, let me just teleport to the UK for a second. But the thing is, it's not like I wish it wasn't Mother's Day. I'm glad that it is because I love my mom and I want to remember her and I remember her every single day. And honestly, every day is fucking hard without your mom. Every day. Think about her every single day at some point throughout the day without fail and have for the 9+ years she's been gone. So, but today is just like a little extra strange. I know we've been talking about this for a long time. I'm sorry for the people who can't relate at all or don't feel this way. And it's just not the stream for you today, I guess. Cam says, we're actually doing a Seinfeld bit here. Other countries don't have Mother's Day. What's the deal with that? What's that about? Totally. Yeah, it's fucking strange. Cam also says 2, so they can battle for your affection. Yeah, if I have kids, they better battle for my affection. My pregnant friends right now are fucking struggling. Being pregnant seems like the worst thing on the planet. My parents are not on social media, so I call them and don't post about it on social media. John, that works totally. Yeah, I think that's great. My girl Brandy's in here right now. Hi, my love. Happy to have you. Jeremy says, do you think it's self-loathing of people that make a social media post that people will love about your mom, even though you can just call her? No, I don't. I think a lot of people want to share with the world their love and like people have weird things. You know, I think I've talked about this before, but I remember that when my mom died, I posted about it on social media like 7 minutes after or something. I mean, it was literally within a half an hour. My mom died in our house. It's me, my dad, my sister, and my brother were all in the room. And she died. And then you have to make all these calls to get her out of the house because they're just people, yeah. And so they came, and while they were there, like setting her up on the way to get her out of the house, I went on Facebook and just posted that she had died. And it was like it's so odd that I did that looking back, but I don't know, sometimes you want to just like if you grew up with social media or if it came into your life and mattered to you, sometimes you do weird things and you just want to like let the world know. And it's our way of doing that. I don't really judge anybody for anything on there anymore because it's just such a fucking weird place and space. Andrew says, I always give my mom a great Facebook post. That's really fun. Gavlar for not Mother's Day in Ireland either. What's the deal with that? Anyway, but I'd be shattered without my mom. Is that how you spell mom? My mom. She's mental in a good way. She loves talking about us celebrating her when she dies, not mourning her. That's pretty cool. That's that's what they call an Irish funeral, right? You're supposed to celebrate people. Let's see. Brandy says, I'm at work right now. My coworker called out because it's Mother's Day. She isn't any better than the rest of us. My sis has 4 kids and still showed up to work today. Does she have like a mother? Is it a harder day for her? Anything specific? Ugh, otherwise, it's so strange. You can't just like think that whatever. I guess that is what it is. So I have to work all night. Oh, I'm sorry, Brandy. That sucks, baby. That sucks. Jeremy, I sort of asked earlier, what's your favorite show you and your mom watched? I mean, Friends is my favorite show, and we used to watch it, but really, like, what I remember watching my mom, Survivor, but Lost. She fucking loved Lost. Yeah, she loved that show. And there's other ones too. But Yeah, she loved Lost. 24. Oh my god, she loved 24. I love 24 too. And the soap operas, which is great. She wants to get drunk. Oh my god, Brandy, she's annoying me already. She is fucking annoying. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap out this stream today. Thank you guys. I hope for any of you who are having a good Mother's Day, enjoy your Mother's Day. Feel blessed and lucky and grateful. And I'm glad that you're having a good day. For anybody who is having a strange or shitty Mother's Day, I'm sorry. It fucking sucks. Tough. And tomorrow is not Mother's Day. So tomorrow will be different. And just so you guys know, heads up on the stream this week. Also, I think I have, just hit back on something. On the stream this week, let's see. I know that Sabrina Ramirez is coming in tomorrow, which I'm really excited about. DJ Woldridge is coming on Wednesday, which I'm stoked about also. And I'll keep you guys posted about the other guests this week. There definitely will be a bunch. Good luck today. I'm here, and I'll be here tomorrow. And you guys, thank you for helping get me through this day. And I hope that I was helpful for some of you guys as well. Again, if you have not done so already, reach out to somebody today. If you can, and you can think of somebody who might need a little extra love today, definitely reach out. Also, this is like a random thing to say, but just because I like to keep her name alive, just so you guys know, my mom's name was Lori, and that doesn't mean anything to close the stream on, but yeah, her name was Lori Stryer. And yeah, this does. Thanks, Steph, for this photo. Keep us updated on the 10-hour meal cam. I definitely will. I'll send pics. Good fucking luck to me. All right. Love you guys lots, and I will see you tomorrow.